This is a Nixxiom video about what your favorite MMO says about you. So I bet he's gonna say that if you play FXOV, then you are a weeb. Okay, I'm calling it. That's what I think is about to go down. But that's easy. That's like a given, man. That's a cop-out. Okay? So what else, though? You're a degen. Okay, that's also obvious. What's less obvious than that? Tell me something I don't know. Nixxiom, let's see.
Have you ever wondered what your favorite MMORPG says about you and to other gamers in general?
Yeah.
Well, my friend, don't worry, because today we're going to talk about multiple online role-playing games from World of Warcraft to Guild Wars 2 and many others, to talk about the stereotypes and burdens being a fan of these MMOs bring to us, their players.
What is this?
So sit back, enjoy, and let's dive in with number 1. Elder Scrolls Online. When you were a kid, you grew up playing Morrowind, and you hated the fact that it took 1,000 hits to kill a crab at low level. So when Oblivion came out, and you could do spell crafting to create a nuclear bomb that could one-shot everything in Cyrodiil, you fell in love. But then came Skyrim, the greatest game ever made in your opinion, which you probably still download mods for to this day, only to play the game for 3 seconds before you quit again for another month. You're an Elder Scrolls fan through and through, even to the point that you were willing to try Elder Scrolls Online, even though it was not a single-player offline RPG. You're just someone who wants to have fun.
I love Skyrim so much. You have no idea. I love Skyrim so fucking much. I played it for so many hours. I played the VR version, which was amazing. But back in the day, I loved Elder Scrolls. I love Elder Scrolls. That's why I did the beta for Elder Scrolls Online.
Fun in an Elder Scrollsy world, maybe to the point that you possibly have a problem. ESO players are known for being genuinely into scalies, which is absolutely terrifying.
Hey, you are, aren't you a WoW creator, Nixxiom? You're gonna, you better not piss off the scalies right now, bro, because we got, you got the most scaly expansion ever coming up in a couple of weeks.
They believe that going to prison in real life is actually just a means to start an RPG experience instead of a punishment. And they usually are the people you meet working in Renaissance fairs across the United States. They don't need their MMO to be the biggest or the best, because all they truly care about, guys, what unites them as a community,
the lore,
are mud crabs.
What?
And new ESO expansions that revolve around killing mud crabs. Because holy crap, it took forever to kill mud crabs back in the day in Morrowind in the beginning. Damn. Number 2, Guild Wars 2.
You work at a Renaissance fair. Are you into Elder Scrolls Online? Like, does this theory check out? Is that true?
People still play this game, believe it or not, although many people don't realize it. Guild Wars 2 has a very active community with new... That's
probably the truest thing I've heard about it so far. Many people play this game, but no one knows. That's what I just found out a couple of weeks ago. Like, did you know there's a shitload of people that play Guild Wars 2, but they don't talk about it? They just know, they're completely quiet. They're just chilling, man. They're so chill that they just don't make noise.
Expansions coming out for the game every so often that includes amazing features like Dragon.
You know what they did wrong? Maybe ArenaNet just needed to fuck up a lot more, because if they did, then we'd all hear about it, because we never stopped hearing about World of Warcraft, man, over the years, and how bad it was and how many problems it had. I mean, that was still, we heard about it. Like, I knew that there were people that played it because there was a lot of people who were mad about it. But I guess everybody's just been so happy in Guild Wars that they haven't been saying anything. They're just, chilling out, doing whatever on their airships and stuff.
Writing, which World of Warcraft definitely didn't steal the idea from, by the way. No, Guild Wars 2 players will not be reminding us of this fact until the end of time. It's not going to happen. Nuh-uh. Pretty much everything and every idea from Guild Wars 2 has been stolen by other MMOs, leaving the Guild Wars player base in a state of eternal mild saltiness at the fact that their MMO is not appreciated in the way that it should be. Luckily, though, there are jumping puzzles to ease the pain. So many jumping puzzles, which some people main the game solely just to do.
It's true, though,
It's kind of strange. Guild Wars 2 players also share a brotherhood in ESO players because both of them love Jeremy Soul's music and an appetite for exploration and completionist content. But one thing that Guild Wars players have that no other MMO type of player can appreciate is a green giant that sells canned peas. And that is badass.
What? I haven't... What? With a green giant that's... Oh, no. I can see it already. Weeb game. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Number 3, Final Fantasy XIV. You are a weeb, or someone who bought into the streamer-led craze to play this game as World of Warcraft was going downhill. You didn't really want to play it, being that it looked like trash with its lollyfells and dancing cactuses, but you decided to give it a shot anyway, since everybody else was.
Dude, this is toxic, man. Even though that's actually how I felt about the game before I tried it. What he's saying is like, dude, that's what I was thinking before I tried it. I really did think like him, man, I swear.
And now, you're addicted.
I
Your
used to say
bedroom is
that
filled
shit.
with tiny anime girl figurines and jars of questionable liquid that are hiding in the closet. You've changed since giving Final Fantasy that chance.
I did change, yeah. Yeah, I did, dude. I can't go back. I'm not a weeb. They dressed me up like this. They turned me into a weeb. I wasn't a weeb before, I swear to God.
Now
man.
you can't get into any other MMO unless they have 60 hours of reading and character analysis as the game's tutorial. You can't let go of a grudge that has grown in your heart.
Like, do you think I was ever horny on main before I started playing FXV? No. No. Like,
Convince every single World of Warcraft player to come and to play your game. And you unironically think that dancing cactus lore is superior to Sylvanas' character arc in Shadowlands.
You know that's true. You know that's true, don't you? You know it to be true. Nixxiom. Join us. Together we will rule the galaxy.
Which you would be correct in saying. Final Fantasy is a game full of rich storytelling, characters, and adventure. A game that can move one to tears. But in your case, despite all your promises to resist, all it did was move you to play as a cat girl in a pink dress.
Look, here's what you don't get, Nixxiom. The cutesy stuff, the kawaii stuff, the cat girls and the pink dresses and the cute little fat cats and the cactuars and all that little shit, that's there to help you recover. Because it's there to help you feel like, oh, this is so cute and like safe and like fun. And it's like really gonna be chill and like stupid. And then you play and you get through this story, and one day you're gonna be clinging to like anything that will give you comfort after the way that the story just like puts the dagger in you and twists it.
New world. Boy, I sure do love Amazon Prime and not having a girlfriend. Guess I'll just go cut down this tree to suppress the pain of the crippling loneliness.
No, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't.
To my life. But hey, at least my plastic conquistador helmet got here thanks to Amazon Prime's one-day delivery. Thanks, Jeff Bezos. It's too big to fail. You're someone who bought into the hype of thinking that this bald-headed bastard could deliver an MMORPG that could rival all the major titans of the past. Trust me, we all fell for it. The game would be too big to fail, you told yourself over and over, even as you uninstalled it and went back to playing RuneScape to farm PKs in the wild.
LOL, this section.
The only solace you got from this game before quitting was that it fulfilled your love of doing nothing but profession work, cutting down trees, and you got to roleplay as some conquistador invading a magic island. Isn't life wonderful when our dreams for a groundbreaking MMO are just shattered right in front of us? And for the New World people that still play the game, that still hold on to hope, it's only a matter of time, fellas. And don't worry.
Dude, I heard that it was really good. I heard it was better than FX XIV. We're losing players to New World. We're losing a ton of players to that game.
When you do quit, we'll welcome you back home with open arms in Lumbee. Number 5, Lost Ark. Man, I wish I could play Diablo with anime titties, said every single person who wanted to play this game unironically. You were attracted to the idea of being able to play as a giant rampaging berserker or an anime girl spellcaster, complete with jiggle physics. And you were fully prepared for
as a weeb, obviously I wanted the anime girl spellcaster.
What to expect too with this passing phase of an MMO. You had your wallet at the ready because you unironically think that spending money on an MMO and having a standing office desk makes you cool. But seriously, like with Final Fantasy, a lot of people got into this game because it was the thing all over Twitch and YouTube for a time. Everyone was playing it, sharing their thoughts on it, their opinions on how it's the greatest MMO ever.
Yeah.
And then it was over.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I just want to remind everybody that before all of that, like during the hype, in the lead up to it, and when everybody was like saying it's gonna be the best MMO, everybody was like, had the heart on for Lost Ark, sorry. I really
in
didn't
like the
fall
blink
for
of an eye, suddenly everybody stopped playing.
Also, Lost Ark and New World.
Moving on to other MMOs and greener pastures. Some still remain who play Lost Ark, however, but they're a quiet lot, choosing to remember better days in the life of their favorite MMO, the 15 minutes of fame that Lost Ark enjoyed all too.
I didn't like how it stuck you, some of the jobs were gender locked. I didn't
briefly.
like that.
Number 6.
My character was really cute, though. I did make one for like a day or two.
The Lord of the Rings Online. This MMO player does not even consider himself to be an MMO gamer. Rather, he is a Lord of the Rings gamer. He doesn't care about raids, PvP, dungeons, or any of that garbage. Instead, all he cares about is jacking himself off while he collects water lilies with Tom Bombadil to gift a Goldberry down by the water. He's been playing this game for years. The Lord of the Rings Online player, choosing now to identify as his character in Middle-earth.
You're doing them dirty, man. They didn't hurt anybody, okay? Lord of the Rings Online players, they gotta be the chillest MMO players out there, man. You don't gotta blast something
rather than who he is in real life. Really? The only time he even emerges from playing Lord of the Rings Online is to help with building Minecraft Middle-earth. Most likely, this player is a devout Catholic, just like Tolkien in real life, who rejects the Novus Ordo Mass in favor of the Latin Rite.
Dude, I'm here to defend the loader players. Okay, I don't think that you can play WoW and get on a pedestal and shoot down loader players at all.
But he's still terrified of the SSPX because muskism. And he is someone who absolutely cannot stand the new Rings of Power TV series, and he is not shy to tell you about that either. Or maybe he's just a guy who likes to jam on the in-game instruments in Lord of the Rings Online, even going so far as to start bands in the game to play music around the world.
Well, that sounds nice.
Of Middle-earth.
Are they doing that?
Yeah.
They have bards and stuff in there? I loved Rings of Power, by the way. I thought it was really good. But I did forget everything from the Silmarillion, which probably helped.
Number 7.
I can't wait to see Galadriel and Sauron make out.
World of Warcraft. A true man's MMO, not one corrupted by furries, woke agendas, or scandals in the slightest.
Okay, so he's gonna... Alright, it's fine, because he's definitely gonna be pretty hard. Probably the hardest on MMO. On WoW players.
Every other MMO out there is for children. That is what every World of Warcraft player will scream at the top of their lungs as they inhale ludicrous amounts of copium to distract them from the fact that their game is not what it used to be. This type of player, the WoW player, is completely addicted at this point to the game. In fact, he probably...
it's getting better and it's gonna be good. Like, this one looks really good, man.
Doesn't even like it anymore. He hates World of Warcraft, but he plays it because he hates every other MMO more. And he'll tell you all about it in the trade chat, on the forums, and on his Facebook wall, which nobody reads. Really, all that happened to this guy was he tried some garbage like Rift or WildStar 8 years ago, and now he thinks every other MMO is hot trash, which justifies him running dailies in the mall with Sylvanas. But he's a simple soul, really. All he wants to do is raid with his friends, burn down any place called South Shore because he's a true horde at heart, and
But Sylvanas didn't give any dailies in the mall because she was working with a jailer. So it would have been really cool though if she was helping us against the jailer, because the jailer was controlling Arthas and she hated Arthas. So if she was helping us to fight Arthas and the jailer, that would have been really sweet. You
tell
know?
Final Fantasy players that they're fat in real life and will never unlock the Sharingan. He also loves the fact that South Park made an episode all about his favorite MMO, which no other MMO can boast over. So in your face, other gamers.
Okay, true.
Bitch.
True.
Number 8, Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's too big to fail. You love Star Wars. You loved Star Wars Galaxies back in the day. You wept when the servers were shut down, and now you're forced to play this Play-Doh-looking MMO to live out your Star Wars fantasies. The game had great potential in the beginning, being the most expensive MMO ever made, the most expensive video game ever made during its day, only to collapse only a few months after release. But you held on, driven to raid, PvP, and to continue the storylines that BioWare had laid out for you as a player. And then
the
PvP scene died. Then raiding washed up and nobody cared anymore. And then came the role players. The last bastion of hope for Star Wars: The Old Republic that you were regrettably pulled into. 1 second you were raiding with one of the top guilds in the world, and now you're having a Twi'lek woman emoting that she's shoving one of her tentacles up your ass.
One time, I was at a... One time, I knew this guy, and he was, you know... I kind of friend-zoned this guy, but he was really in a SWTOR. And one day he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that I named one of my droids after you. Just wanted to let you know that." And I'm like, "Cool, dude. That's nice, bro. Thanks. That's very thoughtful. Yeah, it's."
What happened? You ask yourself each evening in your starship. Oh well. You then say, despite the onslaught of role players and ERPers that now infest your game, at least you can take comfort in the one element of endgame that nobody can take away from you, and that is buying more stuff for your player house, guild starship, or stronghold, because being an interior designer in space makes it all worth it. Number 9, RuneScape. They say that World of Warcraft classic players are trapped in the past, but you scoff. These players laugh at such a statement. For these MMO players, those that play RuneScape, they are truly the MMO gamer who cannot escape their childhoods. Every day is like it's 2001 all over again whenever you boot up RuneScape and find yourself in Lumbridge, getting suited up to go farm some cow hides and scam people out of their gold coins by trading fake banknotes. Killing people with rubber chickens is something you sing with pride to the outside world. The word wild fills you with genuine dread, and you think that games like Minecraft are too modern and realistic looking when it comes to your graphical tastes. RuneScape.
I bet this is what Josh Drive Hayes is playing right now. No, I can't tell.
Players truly are the most unique of all MMO gamers, being that they are some of the most nostalgic and chill gamers there are to meet online. But just be sure not to get killed by that one rat outside of Varrock if you're a new player, because every RuneScape player in a 10 million pixel radius will jump at the chance to take all of the items off of your corpse and then laugh at your despair.
That is hardcore.
And number 10.
You lose everything when you
Ashes of Creation. It's
Oh,
too
no.
big to fail. Every other MMO
Says Copium Online.
Oh, from New World to Star Wars: The Old Republic.
How it's so appropriate that he put this in here, because he can absolutely put it as what your favorite MMO is, even though it's not out. Because there's so many people that already treat it like it's the best MMO and their favorite MMO, even though it's not.
Has
it's not
failed
coming out.
at taking the reins of being the king of all MMOs.
It will come out.
Bringing a new surge of players into this genre of gaming. They're all washed up. They're dead. But now, once again, there is hope. Ashes of Creation is promising to do things that no other video game has ever done before.
That looks familiar.
From player-built cities, which were in Star Wars Galaxies, by the way, to dynamic seasons and weather, like in Animal Crossing. The game is certified.
Oh, but look at the little guy. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my gosh. But look at the little
Badass by
so cute.
many, leading it to be so many people's favorite MMORPG.
You know what? Maybe this game will be really good.
Despite the fact it isn't even out yet. These sorts of players, the Ashes of Creation hypemen, are definitely not high as hell on copium or anything of that matter. No, sir. Ashes is going to be revolutionary and groundbreaking.
Yeah,
and if it's not, then it's over. These people who are hyped for Ashes were hyped for every other major MMO in the past. And with Wrath of the Lich King Classic on the horizon and soon to be wrapped up, Ashes is going to be their final attempt at giving an MMO a shot to addict them. And if it doesn't...
It's not. No, it's not. Dude, you know as well as I do that even if Ashes of Creation is a flop, they're still going to hold, like, the next one will be the new one. Like, the cycle will never end. They're never going to be like, well, that didn't work out like I thought. It was still in development and made a lot of conclusions about how it would be before we knew what it would really be. So maybe I shouldn't make those mistakes in the future, and I should think about things that are in development with a bigger grain of salt. And I should just be, temper my expectations. No, they're not going to fucking do that. They're not going to do that. They'll be like, oh, have you heard about the Riot MMO? Oh, it's going to be really good.
They're done with MMOs for good. I myself am unironically very hyped for Ashes of Creation. We'll see what happens.
I am
but if
actually
you
excited
are one
for
of
it
these
too.
people,
But you need to like not go nuts with it, because we don't know. It's good to be optimistic, and I am for sure. But like, don't lose your head on
and
it.
Ashes is potentially going to be your last MMO before you move on. You're going to need a guide as to what to expect.
That's the part that you don't get. What is this moving on that you keep talking about
out there in the greater online gaming universe? And luckily, I've taken the liberty of doing just that with this video linked on the screen, explaining in excruciating detail all the types of gamers that you will encounter on the internet. And yes, that includes you watching this right now. I guarantee you're in one of the categories.
Do you think I'm in one of the categories? No, I'm not. No, I'm not a weed, and I'm not on copium either. No. I kind of did. I got roasted by Nixxiom in this video. Here, I'm all of the categories. There's the link. Category. You haven't bought into any game hype since Anthem. Never again. Well, it's good that some people are able to learn from past experiences and temper their expectations in the future. But for other people, it's hard. Like, I genuinely am a pretty excitable person. It's very difficult for me to, dial back the hype once I got on the train, the hype train. Don't have a lot of control over that. But yeah, I should get back to learning Japanese. That's what this video reminded me of. Can I really call myself an FXW player if had to stop learning Japanese? I should probably get back on that.